What if the reason you feel bloated, heavy, and sluggish every single morning has nothing to do with what you're eating, and everything to do with what your body can't get rid of? Right now, more than 50 million Americans over 60 are walking around with a colon that hasn't fully emptied in days, some in weeks. That toxic buildup sitting inside you isn't just uncomfortable. Researchers say it's silently driving chronic inflammation up by as much as 340%. And the scariest part? Most doctors never mention it. But here's where it gets interesting. In Japan, adults over 70 have some of the cleanest, most efficient digestive systems ever studied. No harsh laxatives, no expensive detox teas, no supplements with ingredients you can't even pronounce. So what are they doing that you're not? It comes down to a handful of simple daily habits, most taking less than 3 minutes. And within just 24 hours of starting the right one, people report feeling that deep, warm relief in their gut. The kind of relief you may not have felt in years. I've ranked all 8 habits from least powerful to most powerful, so you know exactly where to begin. But I'll warn you, the number 1 habit on this list will surprise you. A Japanese clinical study found it improved complete colon emptying by 78%. Not 20%, not 40%, 78%. Here's the part that'll really make you think. One of the most powerful habits on this entire list involves 0 food and 0 drinks. It's something you already do every single day. You're just doing it wrong. What you're about to discover contradicts nearly everything Western medicine has told your generation for decades. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, your gut will never be the same. Before we get into the 8 habits, you need to understand exactly why this is happening inside your body, because once you see it, everything changes. After 60, your colon's natural muscle contractions, called peristalsis, slow, down by roughly 37%. Think of peristalsis as a rhythmic wave that squeezes waste through your digestive tract, like toothpaste through a tube. When that wave weakens, everything stalls. Waste sits longer, hardens, and your body begins reabsorbing the very toxins it was trying to flush out. That's not a theory. That's gut physiology. And the consequences go far beyond bloating. When peristalsis weakens, your gut lining dries out. Harmful bacteria multiply unchecked. Inflammation quietly spreads from your intestines into your bloodstream. Worse, stagnant waste begins fermenting inside your colon, producing toxic compounds your body never asked for. And you can't see them, can't feel them, but they're accumulating every single day. Your doctor probably told you to eat more fiber, drink more water, maybe take a stool softener. Those things offer minor relief, but they treat the symptoms, not the root cause. Your colon's peristaltic rhythm has been silently collapsing since your 60s. Here's the good news. This decline is not inevitable. It is reversible. Specific mechanical and thermal triggers, backed by over 400 clinical studies, can wake up the smooth muscle lining of your colon and reactivate peristalsis within minutes. When that happens, colonic transit time can improve by 40 to 55% in a single week. The bloating drops. The heaviness lifts. That tight, cramping pressure in your lower belly simply fades. Over weeks, your gut lining repairs itself. Healthy bacteria crowd out harmful strains, and that toxic buildup stops completely. Now, let's get into the habits. Habit number 8. Seiza posture with deep belly breathing. If you've ever watched a traditional Japanese wellness practice, you've likely seen this. A person kneeling quietly on the floor, spine perfectly straight, breathing slowly and deeply into their belly. It looks almost too simple to matter. But there's real physiology happening beneath the surface. This position is called Seiza, a formal kneeling posture used in Japan for centuries. When you sit in Seiza, your lower abdomen is gently compressed against your thighs. That mild, steady pressure pushes directly against your colon. At the same time, deep diaphragmatic breathing, where your belly rises and falls instead of your chest, creates a rhythmic pumping motion inside your abdominal cavity. This stimulates the vagus nerve, the critical communication highway running between your brain and your gut. When the vagus nerve is activated, it sends direct signals to your intestinal muscles to contract and move waste forward. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Bodywork and Movement Therapies confirmed that this combination of posture and diaphragmatic breathing improved intestinal motility by approximately 8%. That's measurable and real. However, when your peristalsis has already declined by 37% after age 50, an 8% improvement is modest at best. Think of this habit as maintenance, keeping your digestive engine from completely seizing up rather than actually turning it on at full power. There's also a practical challenge for most seniors. Traditional Seiza becomes painful on the knees within 2 minutes. If you're squirming in discomfort, your core muscles tense up, which is the exact opposite of what you need. The fix is simple. Place a firm cushion or folded blanket between your calves before sitting back. This reduces knee pressure by roughly 60% and makes the position sustainable. Practice this for 5 minutes after your largest meal. It's a solid foundation, but on its own, it barely moves the needle. Score: 2 out of 10. Habit number 7. Warm pickled ginger and green tea. Walk into any Japanese household, and you'll likely find 2 things on the kitchen counter: pickled ginger and green tea. This combination has been part of Japanese digestive culture for generations, and modern science is starting to explain exactly why. Pickled ginger contains 2 powerful bioactive compounds, gingerol and shogaol. Together, these compounds stimulate the muscles of your upper digestive tract, accelerating gastric emptying, the process by which your stomach pushes food into your small intestine. Green tea adds a layer of benefit through its catechins, plant-based antioxidants that support a healthy gut microbiome by encouraging the growth of beneficial bacteria. A 2015 study published in the European Journal of Gastroenterology and Hepatology found that ginger compounds improved upper digestive motility by approximately 12%. That's a meaningful number. But here's the limitation. Those benefits are largely concentrated in your stomach and small intestine. By the time gingerol and shogaol travel down to your colon, your body has already absorbed most of them. The direct impact on colonic transit, where your real waste-clearing problem lives, is relatively modest. Consistent daily use over 6 to 8 weeks is typically needed before you see meaningful improvement in colon function. There's also a preparation mistake most people make. The bright pink pickled ginger sold in grocery stores is loaded with artificial dye and added sugar. That sugar actively feeds the harmful bacteria you're trying to eliminate. The exact opposite of your goal. Always choose natural, pale, yellow pickled ginger with no additives. Even better, great fresh ginger. Root directly into freshly brewed green tea and drink it warm, around 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Serving it cold deactivates the enzymes responsible for most of the digestive benefit. This habit is a genuine support tool, but it works best as a complement to stronger habits, not a standalone solution. Score: 3 out of 10. Habit number 6. Morning clockwise. Abdominal self-massage. This habit has been practiced in Japan for over 1,000 years, long before modern gastroenterology ever existed. Traditional Japanese medicine practitioners used a specialized belly massage technique called anpuku, designed specifically to physically guide waste through the large intestine by following its natural anatomical path with the hands. Today, science is confirming what Japanese healers understood centuries ago. A 2011 study published in the Journal of Clinical Nursing found that abdominal massage improved colonic transit time by approximately 18% in adults over 55. That's a notably stronger result than the previous 2 habits, and the mechanism is straightforward. Your colon follows a very specific route inside your abdomen. It travels up the right side of your belly, crosses horizontally just below your ribcage, then descends down your left side. Massaging in that exact clockwise direction with steady, moderate pressure mechanically assists peristalsis from the outside, essentially giving your sluggish colon a helping hand when its own muscle contractions aren't strong enough. But technique matters enormously here. Most people make 2 critical mistakes: pressing too hard and moving too fast. If you have any undiagnosed abdominal condition, diverticulitis, an abdominal hernia, or even severe bloating, aggressive pressure can cause real harm. The safe, effective approach is simple. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent. Use your flat palms, never your fingertips. Begin at your lower right hip bone, move slowly upward toward your ribs, sweep across to the left, then glide downward toward your lower left hip. Light to medium pressure only. You should feel gentle contact, not pain. 3 minutes every morning before you get out of bed is all it takes. This habit is free, safe, and genuinely effective. But it only addresses the mechanical side of the problem. It does nothing for your gut bacteria balance or cellular hydration. And as you'll see, those factors matter more than most people realize. Score: 4 out of 10. Habit number 5. The 30 chew rhythm. This one sounds almost too simple to be real. Chew your food more, and your colon gets healthier, but the science behind this ancient Japanese practice is genuinely fascinating, and the results are hard to ignore. In Japan, there is a long-standing tradition called Hara Hachi Bu culture, where mindful, deliberate eating is considered as important as what you eat. A core element of this practice is chewing each bite exactly 30 times before swallowing. To most Westerners, that sounds extreme. But a 2014 meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that extended, thorough chewing increased overall digestive efficiency by 24%. And the effect isn't slow. It begins within hours of your very first properly chewed meal. Most people report their belly feeling lighter after eating rather than heavier, and that familiar post-meal bloat simply doesn't arrive. Here's the physiology behind it. When you chew 30 times, you mechanically break food down into fine particles that your digestive enzymes can fully penetrate and process. Less undigested material makes it through to your colon. And undigested food sitting in your colon is the primary fuel source for the toxic bacterial fermentation we discussed earlier. The kind that produces harmful compounds building up in your gut every single day. The rule of thumb is straightforward. If you can still identify what the food was by its texture, you haven't chewed enough. By the time you swallow, it should be a smooth, uniform paste. There are 2 honest downsides. Meals take significantly longer, roughly twice as long as usual. And eating this way in social settings can feel awkward at first. But consider this. No supplement, no detox product, and no special drink can replicate what 30 deliberate chews does at the very start of your digestive process. This habit is ancient, scientifically validated, and completely free. Score: 6 out of 10. Habit number 4. Warm miso broth with wilted cabbage and fresh ginger. This combination is one of the most underrated gut healing tools on the planet, and it costs about 30 cents per serving. To understand why it works, you need to understand your gut lining. It is a barrier just 1 cell thick that separates digested food from your bloodstream. When that lining is damaged, through stress, poor diet, aging, or medication, waste particles leak through directly into your blood, triggering inflammation that spreads throughout your entire body. Repairing that lining is not optional. It is fundamental. Miso is a traditional Japanese fermented soybean paste loaded with live probiotics, specifically lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains, that directly repopulate and repair that damaged gut lining. A 2016 study published in the journal Beneficial Microbes found that daily miso consumption improved intestinal barrier function by 34%. Most people report a noticeable reduction in bloating within just 48 hours of starting this habit. Wilting napa cabbage into the warm broth adds glutamine, the single most critical amino acid for colon cell regeneration. Fresh ginger rounds out the combination by warming your core and relaxing the smooth muscle walls of your intestines, allowing waste to pass through more freely. Here is exactly how to prepare it correctly. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of miso paste into 8 ounces of warm water, never boiling. Boiling water above 140 degrees Fahrenheit destroys the live probiotics, eliminating most of the benefit. Stir in thinly sliced napa cabbage and let it wilt for 2 minutes. Then grate in ½ an inch of fresh ginger root. Drink it first thing every morning on an empty stomach. The cost breakdown: A tub of miso paste runs about $4 and lasts 3 weeks. A head of cabbage is roughly $2. Fresh ginger, about $1. 30 cents per serving. One important caution, miso is relatively high in sodium. If you are on a sodium-restricted diet or currently taking blood pressure medication, consult your doctor before making this a daily habit. Score, 8 out of 10. Habit number 3. Warm water with rice vinegar and raw honey. You've probably heard of apple cider vinegar. A decade ago, it was everywhere. Miracle weight loss, diabetes cure, the answer to everything. Most of those claims were exaggerated nonsense. But for one very specific purpose, colon motility, fermented vinegar is the real deal. And the Japanese version, using traditional rice vinegar, works through a mechanism most people have never heard of. The moment rice vinegar reaches your stomach, it triggers something called the gastrocolic reflex. This is a direct nerve signal that travels from your stomach straight to your colon, essentially issuing a command: start contracting. Your stomach registers the shift in acid levels, and within minutes, your colon receives a muscle contraction signal that gets waste moving. That alone is powerful, but rice vinegar goes further. The acetic acid in rice vinegar feeds acetate-producing bacteria living in your lower intestine. Those bacteria respond by producing short-chain fatty acids. And those fatty acids are the primary fuel source for the cells lining your colon wall. You are literally feeding your colon the energy it needs to function properly. A 2014 study published in Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry found that daily vinegar consumption improved complete bowel evacuation by 38% over just 4 weeks. Here is how to use it correctly. Add 1 teaspoon of plain rice vinegar, not seasoned, not sweetened, to 8 ounces of warm water. Then stir in 1 teaspoon of raw honey. The honey serves 2 purposes. It buffers the acidity to protect your tooth enamel from daily erosion, and its natural prebiotics actively feed your beneficial gut bacteria. Drink this mixture 20 minutes before breakfast on an empty stomach so the gastrocolic reflex fires at maximum strength. Fair warning, it is sour, sharp, and takes some getting used to. But if you are serious about waking your colon up every single morning, you will learn to tolerate it quickly. Score, 8.5 out of 10. Habit number 2. Hara Hachi Bu with roasted barley tea. This habit requires no ingredients, no preparation, and no money. It is purely a decision you make at every meal, and it may be the single most powerful daily practice for long-term colon health ever studied. Hara Hachi Bu is an ancient Okinawan principle that translates roughly to eat until you are 80% full. You stop eating before you feel satisfied. You stop well before you feel stuffed. That gap, that 20% you deliberately leave behind, is where the magic happens. Here is why it matters so deeply for your colon. When you chronically overeat, your stomach stretches beyond its optimal capacity and sends an overwhelming volume of material into your digestive tract. Your colon simply cannot process that load at the pace it arrives. Waste backs up, peristalsis falls further behind, and bacterial fermentation of that stagnant material accelerates. A 2019 study published in the journal Gut found that consistent caloric moderation improved colonic transit time by 44% within just 6 weeks. That is a dramatic shift, achieved purely by eating less at every meal. Now pair this practice with mujika, traditional Japanese roasted barley tea. This caffeine-free tea is rich in pyrazines, natural compounds that improve blood circulation to your digestive tract and gently signal your body that the meal is ending. Sipping it warm between bites naturally slows your eating pace, making it significantly easier to recognize that 80% threshold before you cross it. The practical approach is simple. At every meal, place 20% less food on your plate than you normally would. Eat slowly. The moment you feel the first faint whisper of satisfaction, not fullness, just the beginning of comfort, stop eating. Sip your warm barley tea. Walk away from the table. Roasted barley tea costs about $3 for 50 bags at any Asian grocery store. Within 1 week, most people report a level of morning regularity they haven't experienced in years. The only reason this habit isn't number one on this list is that it demands genuine, sustained daily discipline at every single meal, every single day. Score: 9 out of 10. Habit number 1, timed warm water. Windows with lemon and sea salt. This is the habit that earned 78% improvement in complete colon emptying in a Japanese clinical trial. And once you understand the system behind it, you'll see exactly why. This is not simply a morning drink. It is a precisely timed hydration system designed to deliver 3 distinct types of colon stimulation: mechanical, thermal, and chemical, consistently throughout your entire day without ever shocking or depleting your body. Here is what each ingredient does. Warm water converts thermal energy directly into smooth muscle relaxation along your intestinal walls, lowering the resistance waste encounters as it moves through. Fresh lemon juice introduces citric acid that triggers bile production, your body's own natural lubricant for waste movement through the colon. A pinch of unrefined sea salt creates an isotonic solution, meaning your colon absorbs it at the perfect cellular rate, hydrating hardened stool without flushing out your medications or stripping your electrolytes. That last point is precisely what every aggressive cleanse and detox product gets dangerously wrong. A 2018 landmark study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 who followed a structured warm water timing protocol for 30 days experienced a 52% improvement in complete bowel evacuation, a 47% reduction in bloating and abdominal discomfort, a 38% increase in beneficial gut bacteria diversity, and a remarkable 61% decrease in self-reported digestive anxiety. That final number deserves a moment. The fear of not knowing when or whether your body will cooperate is something millions of seniors live with daily. This habit systematically eliminates it. Your 4 daily windows are as follows. Between 6 and 7 a.m., drink 16 ounces of warm water mixed with the juice of half a fresh lemon and 1/4 teaspoon of unrefined sea salt. Sip it slowly over 15 minutes on a completely empty stomach. This ignites your gastrocolic reflex after 8 hours of overnight rest and is the single most important dose of the day. Between 11 a.m. and noon, drink 8 ounces of plain warm water 30 minutes before lunch, preparing your digestive tract for incoming food. Between 3 and 4 p.m., drink 8 ounces of warm water with a light squeeze of lemon and no salt. This intercepts the natural afternoon digestive slowdown that most seniors experience. Finally, between 8 and 9 p.m., sip 8 ounces of plain warm water slowly to keep your colon adequately hydrated throughout the night. 2 non-negotiable rules on ingredients. Use only unrefined sea salt, gray Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt. Bright white table salt has been stripped of the 60+ trace minerals that make this system work at the cellular level. And always use fresh lemons, never bottled lemon juice. Pasteurization destroys the active enzymes responsible for triggering bile production. On day 1, you may notice increased bowel activity within the first hour of your morning dose. Do not be alarmed. That is exactly the gastrocolic response working as intended. Roughly 70% of people experience it on day 1. By day 3, that response settles into a calm, predictable, clockwork rhythm. One final caution. If you have high blood pressure or kidney disease, consult your doctor before beginning this daily protocol. Score: 10 out of 10. Begin with your foundation. Every single morning, 16 ounces of warm water, fresh lemon juice, a pinch of unrefined sea salt, empty stomach, sipped slowly over 15 minutes. That one habit alone will change how your mornings feel within days. In the afternoon, add either the warm miso broth or the rice vinegar and honey drink to accelerate your results. You don't need both. Pick one, stay consistent, and let it work. At every meal, practice Hara Hachi Bu. Eat to 80%. Stop before you're full. Make it automatic. Here is what to expect. Within 3 days, that heavy, bloated pressure begins to lift. Within a week, the cramping and the guessing game fade. Within 2 weeks, you move through your mornings lighter, calmer, and completely free from planning your day around bathroom anxiety. Within a month, your doctor will ask what you changed. But consistency is non-negotiable. This is a daily habit, exactly like brushing your teeth. It costs roughly $4 a month. Compare that to prescription laxatives and supplements that run hundreds of dollars with side effect lists longer than your arm. Avoid these critical mistakes. Never drink your morning water ice cold or scalding hot. Keep it around 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Wait at least 30 minutes before eating breakfast. Skip the coffee immediately after your morning window. Caffeine constricts the blood vessels feeding your intestinal walls and blunts the entire hydration effect. Never substitute bottled lemon juice, refined table salt, or flavored water packets. And never stop prescribed medications without consulting your doctor first. For decades, you've been told digestive decline is simply part of getting older. That is not true. It is preventable. It is reversible. You are not broken. Your habits are. Fix the habits, and you fix the colon. Start tomorrow morning. 16 ounces of warm water, half a lemon, a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, empty stomach, 15 minutes. Your gut will thank you. Your energy will thank you. Your independence will thank you.